Good afternoon, everybody. This morning, Secretary Napolitano announced new actions my administration will take to mend our nation's immigration policy, to make it more fair, more efficient, and more just, specifically for certain young people, sometimes called dreamers. That's what gave rise to the DREAM Act. It says that if your parents brought you here as a child, you've been here for 5 years, and you're willing to go to college or serve in our military, you can one day earn your citizenship.
The day that Obama made the announcement about his deferred action plan, I was watching it live. My mom texted me and said, "Turn on the TV, Obama's about to say something that you need to hear." And I was watching it, and right away my mind just went to Boca.
Is it going?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is my trophy stand. This is my trophy. That's my other trophy.
For what?
For soccer. Yeah. Oh, that one's for football.
I really got to know Boca my senior year in high school when we had a math class together. The more and more I talked to him, the more I could see how he was different than my other classmates. He was very respectful and very into school, but still, like, he was very secretive about his personal life. But I guess everybody's entitled to their secrets.
When I was in like 4th grade, 3rd grade, I wanted to be a mailman, and I told my teacher that I wanted to be a mailman, and she laughed at me, and she told my mom while I was at home. My mom told me that I couldn't become a mailman because I was illegal.
It's frustrating when you think that these kids who are trying to further their education and just get jobs are being punished for decisions they never made. Many of these kids were brought here when they were very young. They couldn't even make the decision to come themselves. Their parents did. But I don't think we can blame the parents either. I mean, how can you blame somebody for wanting the best for their kid?
Pues primeramente fue que no teníamos nada y pues como te dije antes veíamos que no podíamos llegar a tener nada realmente, aunque trabajábamos bien allá y vivíamos bien, pero no podíamos aspirar a tener cosas más o darles a los hijos otra oportunidad, más que nada.
Para estudiar principalmente, porque ya no se les veía algo así que para darles nosotros para que siguieran ellos estudiando, no.
Es muy difícil,
Es
es
difícil.
bien difícil sino que una persona de la clase que somos nosotros pueda llegar a estudiar, ¿no? Es casi imposible, ¿no? Entonces si uno quiere tener algo, pues tiene que buscarlo de otra forma, y pues es la forma de que decidimos venir aquí. Si no hubiera sido por eso, ellos no hubieran estudiado nunca, no hubieran podido
Seguir estudiando.
seguir estudiando. Si acaso nada más como la elemental,
High school. Yo
no, ni
tuviera.
high school, porque bueno, como high school, no hace la educación elemental y ya ahí se terminan casi las oportunidades para todos.
Growing up, my family didn't have a lot of money, and apart from that, we weren't allowed to go to the hospital or go to the dentist or receive any benefits like that. And I remember in high school I broke my foot. I went for like a month with a broken foot because I didn't want to tell my parents that it was hurting, and then they would have to take me to the hospital because I knew that they didn't have the money for that. I couldn't put on my shoe anymore because it was so swollen. And I finally told my mom, and I ended up going to the hospital. And I remember feeling really bad because I knew like it was gonna be hard for them to pay everything. I'm going to Casa Romero, and that's where I go and do my homework and volunteer. Here they do retreats for middle schoolers and parents, and just a bunch of different retreats for the community.
At Casa Romero, I'm the youth program director. So I work a lot with both college retreat facilitators and high school retreat facilitators, specifically on the south side of Milwaukee. I have been inspired through my work with Boca and through my work with other students from the south side of Milwaukee, many of whom are undocumented in a lot of ways. But in particular, I think that Boca works harder than some students that I've come across in my previous work as a teacher. And that just proves to me and inspires me that there are students who care about their education and put the time and the effort into their studies. And who am I to judge? Who are we to judge based on whether somebody is undocumented or documented, who's deserving of an education? I really feel like Boca's brought perspective to what it means to allow people the opportunity to success, because in particular I think when we turn students away, that we could be turning away future counselors, future teachers, future doctors, future lawyers, that really in return provide a huge service to our world.
What'd you do yesterday?
We applied for our social security number, and it'll be here in 2 weeks.
You excited?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, a little bit.
No, I am excited. We have to apply for this card.
What is that?
It allows me to work in this country, or just to work in general. Now that I have my card, I'm gonna apply for a job.
Where? Doing what?
I don't know yet. Wherever I can work, I guess. Oh, look at all the granadas.
Oh, salsa. I want salsa.
Yeah, oh my god, it's so good, man.
Really?
Yeah,
I
man.
want some, please. Chewy! Chewy! The sad thing is that there are talented kids out there that just don't deserve this. They don't deserve to have their dreams cut short just because they don't have the same status as other people do in this country. You know, these kids deserve so much better, and I'm so happy that there's people out there who know this and who are giving these kids a chance and who are encouraging them and telling them that they still deserve to dream.
I teach at the United Community Center. I'm the director of the Latino Arts Strings program, and I work with Latino youth to give them the chance to play string instruments. I have one particular student who he's just a great student. I mean, he works very hard. He's very talented, but he's not just talented. He works with his talents and he works academically, and he's just got a great heart. He's a very generous, giving person, and he mentors younger students. And even though he's incredibly talented, he's never boastful or anything. And a few years back, you know, the program I work with received an award, and we were invited to take a student to the White House to receive this award, and the student that I wanted to take was this particular student who was much younger at the time, but I just saw all those qualities in him already. So I was thrilled to call his dad and say, you know, I'd like to take him for this, but in order to visit the White House, you have to have a social security number, so they can do a background check on you. And it was devastating. The reality is what it is, and unless there's a major change in policy, I'm not really sure what's going to happen.
My dreams for the future are graduating from a four-year university, getting my master's degree, and eventually becoming a therapist and working in Milwaukee with families that are going through difficult situations, or just helping out people in my community.
Sometimes I wish I was blind, 'cause only then I could see the true nature of a human being. Oh Lord, I wish I was blind, 'cause only then there could be a world where color fades and is far in between. My gender, my age, my culture, my nation, under God, protected, uplifted creations. We gotta stand as one voice against the ages of men who destroyed the pages of a book that was sent here to save us. Minds captive, they raised us. In chains, enslaved us. In the pain, still stains us. In the rain, engraved us. With the struggle, it made us. Endurance, outrageous. Oh Lord, I wish I was blind to the fact that we was never free. We tried to let it ring to live in society. Still we sing with one voice in a million harmonies. It's our time to open our eyes and see we are not blind. We are not blind. We will not be silent. We will stand up to the injustice. We will fight for our rights in our communities. Build bridges of peace and unity. I will be set free. Can somebody wake me up? 'Cause it's American dream, it just isn't enough. I was promised life, liberty, and such. Pursuits of happiness turned into lust. Still searching for a way, although days I give up. Gotta find a way, pray the pain ain't much. Still American dreaming, American